put the crate again, like next to my desk, and it's fine.
Yeah, I think we've got plenty of room. We can see everybody. Steph, you'll be here, so she's fine.
I have to bring my phone out so I can.
All right, Kenny, can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up or something if you can hear us. Test 1 2 test. Maybe I better have this on. Oh, good. All right, great, Kenny. Thank you. That's awesome. All right, well, we are live. So I was very nervous. I was struggling with this for about 15-20 minutes trying to get it all to come together. Hopefully I have it together this time and it doesn't crash or we have to revert over to the MacBook again. So I've got a whole crew here with us today. And Kenny, you may be the only one on. I can't tell right now who all's on. I have a screen that I can pull up and I will pull up. Oh, Mike's here. Nice. Steph, come on. Okay. All right. So Steph's on her way too. So I'll let everybody introduce yourselves, but you're not going to believe the bottles and the things that we saw this time on the Bourbon Trail. We did a trip about a week ago now. I guess we got back on Sunday, and this was this crew that went down. So Tom and Deanna, who are next to me, and then Zach and Marcel. Again, I'll let them do a full introduction of themselves here in a second, but you're not going to believe the stuff, the amazing finds we had. We had some really nice allocated bottles. We'll go through those with you tonight. And of course, we had a ton of fun. We'll talk about all that fun. Stayed at an amazing hotel that we'll kind of give you the lowdown on. There's a video up on that as well. But I think it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have a good time. So my name is Steve. I am with the ZBar Bourbon Crew, as are all of the people that are on this panel with me. So Steph, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Steph.
So, let's tell him about yourself. I told him you're Steph. Are you married?
I'm married.
Steph is married to me. We've been married for coming up on 30 years. So,
30 years.
But this is obviously the ZBar itself is in our house. So that is us. T. Scott, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Mike, I see you there. We're just doing through introductions right now, but we're going to get into a lot of kind of what we did when we did the bourbon. And hi, William, how are you? Cheers to you. What we did when we went to the bourbon tour here, or the bourbon trail here just about a week ago. So, Tom?
I'm Tom, Steve's next door neighbor, or across the street neighbor, golf partner for 12 years or so. I guess I've said more than Steph, so I can stop now. So.
I'm Deanna. I'm married to Tom. Neighbors across the street. Have known Steve and Steph for a long time, and we had an absolute blast.
It was a lot of fun. It really was.
I'm Marcella. I'm Zach's girlfriend.
And you have Mabel.
And I have Mabel in my lap.
Deanna, you may have to pass the microphone down to them. That's the microphone itself. Yeah,
but I don't think it's on.
Oh, well, then we'll get it turned on.
I can't get it turned on.
All right, let me turn it down. Hold on. We'll get this on for you guys. Technical difficulties are fun. There we go.
Awesome.
We now have a second microphone going.
All right.
So there you go.
Go ahead, Zach.
I'm Zach. I am Son. I had fun on Bourbon Trail. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. So Zach and Marcella, boyfriend, girlfriend. And if you've had a chance to watch the Jim Beam video that's up, if you haven't, it's worth a watch. It's a little bit of a long video. It's about 15 minutes long. But Marcella is new to the bourbon in general. And she had done some tastings with us of some barrel proof stuff. And very, very entertaining. So if you get a chance to go back and follow that, it's very, very cool. So as I said, this entire live is about the Bourbon Trail and what we did when we were down there. We stayed at a very cool hotel called the Trail Hotel. Trail Hotel is in Bardstown, Kentucky. And so again, videos up on that one. If you go to the ZBar channel, you'll see that video up of the In fact, I'm sure after this, I'll be able to put a little link up there for anybody that's watching this after the live, but it was a really cool hotel. It had all kinds of stuff.
I guess the thing about the hotel that tells you to really put thought into it, and I keep going back to the pool, right? They totally redid the pool. It's 4 foot 6 inches deep all the way across. And then just the 2 little islands that they had sit in there, and they poured concrete islands. And then they had little concrete, steps
Benches.
there, like a bar rail down there, and they had benches in there. So it was set up for people to be able to go in there, cool off, and have a bourbon and just chill out in the pool. I mean, that level of detail there alone, that signifies how well the hotel was set up. And just, between the bourbon bar, the second bourbon bar by the smoking area with the fire pits, the speakeasy,
there's so much going on.
It was really a really cool setup. And when you walk in and see a 2.5-story still hitting you right in the face, it was really cool. So and the rooms were top shelf. I mean, they really had them set up nicely. So wouldn't you agree? I mean,
well, they were supposed to open in April, and they canceled our reservation in April. Because they had to delay opening because they didn't have it to the quality they wanted, and they end up opening in May. And of course, we couldn't find a time to go together until September.
Yeah.
So otherwise, we would have gone in April.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we stayed at the Trail Hotel. Not only we stayed at the Trail Hotel, I think we ended up doing 8 or 10 distilleries during the 3 days we were doing, just going around to distilleries. And then Marcella and Zach and Steph and I, we actually went to one day of Bourbon and Beyond, which is a huge concert and bourbon event. We did that on Thursday. So we'll talk about that today as well a little bit, just kind of give you a very short cursory kind of here's what happened at that. I know Marcella will want to talk about that. She was enjoying that. So that was fun. It was obviously a younger crowd there, but Steph and I also had a great time. Yeah. I mean, it was fun. So we are drinking. What are we drinking tonight? So Zach, what are you drinking?
The Jim Beam Pinball.
The pin, and we'll show you that here. That was one of the bottles we came back with, but it's actually a really, really good bottle. So it's from Jim Beam. Actually, why don't you hand it to me?
It's an 8-year.
Oh, you put it way back over there. I had it here for a reason.
That might have been me, Steve, as I was looking through them.
But the Jim Beam pin, it's a cool bottle. I mean, it's very, very pretty bottle. And they've only been coming out for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. We happened to go there when they had them out for sale. And I think all of us bought one. Did you guys get one?
Yeah, we got one too.
Yeah, you guys got one. Zach got one, and we got one. So they are really tasty. It's pretty low proof. I think the proof on it is like 86. Yeah, 86.8 proof. But it's 8-year-old product. Really, really solid. So it was good. It's good. So that's what I'm drinking. What are you drinking, sir?
I'm drinking the Wild Turkey. Is it Triumph?
Triumph. So last year's Masters collection.
Yeah.
And they just came out with a beacon. So that's the next one. That's actually over there as well. So you could have that one next.
Yeah, this is really, really tasty stuff. So, which was really cool being at Wild Turkey too, because everybody said, "Hey, Jimmy Russell may be there," and sure enough, he was sitting out there. He wasn't there as we first got there, but we came back out, and there he is. He's sitting there, and he's signing bottles and talking to people.
He was there the whole time. You just walked right
We've been drinking. Full disclosure.
We've been a full day drinking.
We walked in, and he was right there. You just went right by.
So I guess he was there the whole time. There you go. And funny thing, we're Fort Wayne people, and it was very interesting. We said we were from Fort Wayne, and I know Mr. Russell he's getting up in years, but he paused for a second and he asked us if our last name was Henry. So he'd actually done a lot of promotional type activities with the Henry family, and the Henrys were former mayor of Fort Wayne, and they're very, very influential in the city of Fort Wayne. So it was really interesting to hear his comments and how he was like, "Oh, Fort Wayne," and it just popped right in there. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. So we got a signed bottle of the Wild Turkey 8-year signed by Jimmy Russell. So
yeah, I think you got a bottle too, didn't you? What did you get signed?
It was I think just the specials. I forget what bottle.
A bottle.
Yeah.
So he got a bottle signed as well. It was a fun experience. It's a beautiful, beautiful distillery. So Well, so what are you guys drinking? If you don't mind sharing with us, what are you guys drinking? If you're not drinking anything, it's a Sunday night. I completely understand. And in fact, I would respect you for it. This is my first drink of the night. So, but I felt if we're coming on here, why not at least share a bourbon? What are we drinking tonight? Anything? Kenny, you've got to have something. You always have something you're drinking. I think it was Crown Royal one time and Heaven's Door another time. Oh, you got a Beam.
Mm.
Oh, Yellowstone whiskey.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I actually have a couple bottles of Yellowstone whiskey. I've actually got Port Charlotte, heavily peated Scotch. Ooh, William, I love it. I need to get into Scotch more. That's one of the things I don't have. I have a few bottles of Scotch on my bar. We'll go through them maybe with you at some point here, William, tonight, and go through. I've got about 10 bottles, maybe 8 bottles of Scotch that are up there. So I've got a few bottles of Scotch, but man, I'm struggling to acquire that peaty taste that you obviously love. I started with the sweeter stuff in the bourbon. So, but Kenny, so I've got a few bottles of that Yellowstone. I love, they've got some really, really good stuff. I don't like the younger stuff that they have. But the older stuff that they've got, I think is amazing. I've got a couple of bottles of their, I don't know what they call it. Maybe they call it Legacy or something like that, but it's it's kind of a square bottle. It's a beautiful, beautiful bottle, and it's really good juice in there. Ooh, Geronimo, I love it. Screaming Titan, I've got that one on the bar as well. That is an excellent wheat bourbon. It's really, really freaking good. So enjoy that one. Is it the barrel proof or the cask strength, or is it a lower proof one? I think all of those might be cask strength. I don't remember, but that one's such a good one. Yeah, if you throw that in the comments, love to know which one you're drinking. Maybe I'll switch to that next. That might be my next pour because that is a good one. I haven't had it in a little while. And then we've got some water drinkers as well, right?
Oh yeah. Well, sorry, I have to get up in the morning.
Yeah, we have people that have to work in the morning. So, Oh, you're in a hotel. The bar's closed. Oh my gosh, that sucks.
That's kind of weird on a Sunday night.
Unabridged, Mike. I don't know what that one is. You'll have to tell me about that one. Might be one I want to try and add to the bar. I don't know what an unabridged is. That sounds like a good one. And sorry that the hotel bar is closed. That does suck. Good. Well, let's talk. I guess we already talked about this for a little bit, but let's talk about the Trail Hotel a little bit and just kind of give some of our experiences with that. I guess the first question I want to ask is, did you like it? Did you like that hotel?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Loved it.
Everybody did?
Yes. Loved it.
How about the rooms? Did you think your room was good, big enough? Were they nice rooms?
Yes, it was awesome.
Yeah. You thought the room was nice?
Yes. I think it was very in the aesthetic of like the whole hotel as a whole.
Yeah.
Like you don't lose the experience once you go inside the room. I think it all ties together.
Yeah.
It was great.
I think you're right. You're right. So rooms were good, comfortable. Beds were comfortable. I think that's important when I stay in a hotel. Yeah. I mean, I had very good night's sleeps.
Well, we had been drinking all day though too.
So. That's right. I mean, so maybe they were, maybe they weren't. That's a good point.
Well, I think they had plenty of room for storage too. Like we laid all our clothes out and had plenty of room for stuff.
They did. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Refrigerator, coffee maker. I mean, just some of those little details were there.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the other stuff? I think you talked about the pool. Was the pool your other favorite part, or what was your favorite part of the other things that the hotel they offer other than your room?
Well, I think one of the really neat concepts is like, especially if you were on the first floor, like we were, you had like the little seating area right outside your room.
Yeah.
I loved how they took the first row of parking that would have been right up to the curb and then almost right in your hotel room. They pushed that out, and then they had a fenced off area where you had a seating area out there. Because I mean, we took advantage of that. Wednesday night we sat out there and
long time.
Sat for a good hour having a couple of cocktails and relaxing. So I thought just the way they had the social areas set up, I thought was very good. It was just a cool experience. How the bar was set up and right next to the restaurant, and how you could eat inside, outside. The outside pool bar was cool. I think that's one thing they said they were working on is they don't have a lot of lights in the pool area.
Yeah.
And so until they get the additional or the required lighting in the pool area, the pool bar closes at dusk. right when the sun goes down. So by law, right? So I think that's one thing they're continuing to work on. But for a newer hotel that has a restaurant, has a bar, it sounds like they experienced some growing pains last week or 2 weeks ago
with the Bourbon Festival,
Festival, which was right up the road, right?
Mike, who's on the chat here, was there. He's one of the few people I know that was at that Bourbon Festival. Wow. He said it was amazing. So,
I just think for as young as the hotel is, the food we ate supper there. The food was really good. Yeah. I thought we all had great meals. So, I think it was just an outstanding experience. So, is it a little more costly than your normal hotel?
It's definitely not cheap. But they have so many amenities.
Yeah, they have so many amenities, and we did 6 or 7 of them. We didn't hit the golf simulator. We didn't hit the
speakeasy.
We didn't hit a couple other things, but it was still. I think we took advantage of it pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
Zach, how about you? What's your favorite thing?
Anything.
All right, we are back, guys. It's trying to go.
Oh, it's trying.
Good.
I'm okay right now.
Okay, guys, I think we are back. Give us a thumbs up. Tell us if you can hear us and see us. I think we're back with you. Awesome, guys. Thank you. Thanks for waiting. Sorry about that. I'm struggling to figure this thing out to try to get this thing to be stable. So I'll eventually get there. If it goes out again, be patient. We'll jump back on again, just like we did last time. So Trail Hotel, Zach, what'd you say? What was your favorite part again? I'm sorry.
Just the bartenders.
The bartenders are good.
Very
bar.
Nice. Very
accommodating
to certain drink needs.
Yeah. And Mike said he is staying there. They've already booked theirs to stay there next time, which is awesome.
Oh, so nice.
Again, that's a wonderful video we did. It kind of shows us some of the behind the scenes stuff there as well. So if you haven't had a chance to see that, it's on the YouTube channel. Marcella, what was your favorite part? Or not the bartenders, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think I like that pool area where you can just like sit, have like the TVs going. It's a nice area, especially because it was like warm. So it's just kind of nice sitting outside, have conversations. Like Zach mentioned before, the bartender was very accommodating. I'm not huge in alcohol, so he was able to make a creation for me that kind of tie everything that I like. And I could not even taste the like vodka, but it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember you let me have a little taste of it as well. It was a good drink.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is good. Steph, how about you?
I think just all the different areas. I like the fire pit area.
Yeah, that fire pit area was really fun to sit out there.
Yes, just being able to sit outside when it's warm, whether the pool area or the fire pit area.
I know the dogs.
The dogs are cracking me up.
Yeah, they're just like, they're whining. Our Great Danes want to come down. We're not letting them down, so we're trying to just ignore them. So if they're bugging you, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just laughing.
I think we touched on this, but there are some areas that we didn't get to explore. So I'll go through a few of them that I know of that we did not explore, but then I got a tour. That's how I did the video. I got a tour from one of the directors. I think he was the director of spirits or something like that, but he's in charge of a lot of the areas. Like, I'll give you an example. He took me in and through that speakeasy. That was all allocated bourbon in there. So everything in there was allocated bourbon. Oh, really? So if you get in there, that's where they've got a ton of allocated bourbon sitting in there. And now he said they cleaned them out during the you want to go tell but there is a ton of allocated bourbon in there, and he said they got cleaned out compared to what it was before the Bourbon Festival. Said Bourbon Festival was real rough on them, but that was they had a cryogenic therapy room.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what that
dude.
Like relaxation and stuff.
Literally one of my favorites is that Bardstown Origin weighted series. I think that thing is every bit as good as the Red Label OWA Weller. It is so good.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. So, but that was neat. They have a full little spa area that was really inexpensive, like $20 to use it, which I think is shockingly low to use the cryo thing and the spa. They had an oxygen thing that was $15 to use the oxygen bar. The IV therapy was $300. That was expensive. So it was interesting though. Some of those things. There was a lot we didn't get to explore, which is why we want to go back. I know Steph and I talk about we want to go back and explore it a little bit more now that we've had some more time. Maybe spend a little more time at the hotel, a little less time chasing, which is what we did a lot of this.
Well, I think that we said the same thing. I'd like to be able to have more of a hotel day or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in the golf simulator, if you go to the golf simulator, it's $45 for an hour for up to 6 people. And it's just $45, not $45 a person. But you could have as many people in there as you want. It's just only 6 people can play, and they will serve you food and bourbon in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
yes.
And that was kind of the theme throughout. Is if you wanted a bourbon, you wanted food, it was available to you anywhere. Whether it was your room, sitting out at the fire pits, it didn't matter. They wanted to accommodate you, and that's very refreshing, I think.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, I think so too. For those of you that have joined us here, hopefully you're already subscribers. If you're not, please subscribe. That's what makes this channel go. So, subscribe, leave comments. If there's anything you want us to talk about, we're happy to talk about it. Obviously, we're having drinks. Happy to talk about the things we're drinking with you tonight. You just switched it up. So what'd you switch to?
I switched it up to the Elijah Craig B525.
B525, the new one.
Yep.
There's a video up on that one too. That's a really tasty one.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a good one. So happy to talk about any of that stuff. Throw a comment up here. Happy to go through it. Awesome. Appreciate it, William. And I will be answering questions throughout this thing. So if you have got something, just ask. I'll try to either answer through chat or I'll
Like in Brazil.
That's
See,
pizza.
yeah, that's pizza, and then those cones,
Yeah.
it has chocolate on it, so you can't.
All right, guys. So obviously it just froze again. It's coming back.
This
Kenny, what a wonderful question. The cigar pairings. We did a whole live with cigars and smoking cigars one night, which was a lot of fun. And so Kenny's remembering that. But we went to a really cool cigar bar in Louisville. So at the Bourbon and Beyond event, we did a cigar pairing, and the cigar bar itself was out of their way to do some pairings with us, and we did a Joseph Magda cigar cut. Forget the other one that they did, which one I did not. I think it was an old Louisville, if I remember right, that they did. That was a really good one. So yeah, we did do some cigar pairing, which was fun, which is awesome. All right, well, let's shift from the kind of hotel to Bourbon and Beyond. And I know you guys, Tom and Deanna, did not go to Bourbon and Beyond with us, but Zach, who's busy filling up with Russell's 13, he's in the Russell's 13 now.
Wow.
So Zach's filling up, but Zach, Marcella, Steph, and I went to that. We're only going to spend a few minutes on this but I thought it was interesting, and it certainly was part of our trip. So we met another group there that was a friend of mine from Alabama. Him and his family were there, and that was fun. So we actually had some time. We spent some time with them. But what was it like? How would you describe that? How would you describe that Bourbon and Beyond event?
It was definitely the highlight of the whole trip, in my opinion. Okay. It was awesome. I think they had it was a really campground. So it had a lot of food. It had a lot of drinks, a lot of bourbon. I think
they did
the names
a lot of bourbon events, a lot of bourbon speakers.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of bourbon speakers.
A lot of bourbon speakers.
Yep.
I think the bands that they had was very eclectic. So you have different types of country and kind of pop music. My favorite one, and the whole reason for me to go to the concert, was Benson Boone. He's my favorite artist, and it was just great because we were right in front of him. My hand almost touched his hand. It was the best thing ever. I was just obsessed.
She was very excited. Most of the people on this live are probably who the hell is Benson?
I still don't know.
But he was very entertaining, and we enjoyed watching Benson Boone, as well as there was Cage the Elephant. There was a lot of bands that are relatively young, but there were also Pat Benatar was there, believe it or not. There was a lot of bluegrass bands that were there. They had 5 stages going, and they were rotating between these 5 stages. And so you could move around, and there was always at least a couple of bands playing between the 5 stages. And so we walked around all over the place, saw all kinds of groups and bands, and it was fun. It was a fun event. Drank some bourbon, hung with that other family, which was always fun to see people who haven't seen in a while.
Was it the Louisville Fairgrounds, was it, or Exposition Center, or where was it?
It was across from the airport.
Across from the airport?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was close. It was with the park. the amusement park. So
okay.
if you had the tickets to go to the concert, you could also go to the amusement park and roll in the roller coasters, which was really fun too.
I don't know what that is. Kenny, I have no idea what popcorn Sutton is. That I'd love to try to find out one, but that sounds cool. But I don't know what popcorn Sutton is. Let's see. I'm trying to go through kind of some other stuff. Will you go back? Would you guys do that Bourbon and Beyond again? Was that an event you would do again? Okay, got it. Yes. I think Steph and I said we'd go back for a day or two of that as well. I don't know. I don't know that I could do 4 days of it.
I think one day is almost I mean, unless if you
you pick the bands you want to see that are on that day and just kind of go float around that day. It's a long day. You're on your feet a lot. So Robert Benedict is on. Oh my gosh, Robert, how are you? So Robert, we were just Rob, we were just talking about the Bourbon and Beyond. So we were just going through Bourbon and Beyond and that event. That's the one you need to go with us to a future year of that, because I think you would enjoy that. It's a bourbon themed kind of concert, and it had all kinds of bands. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. All right, well, good. I think that's it. I just want to make sure we touched on it because we did that one. So let's talk a little bit about the distilleries that we went to. And I put a list of these together. We're not gonna read you necessarily all the list, but this is more for you guys to remind you of the distilleries we went to. But we saw a bunch of distilleries, guys. I think we ended up seeing 9 distilleries while we were there. I think we only did tours at 2 or 3. We did Beam, one at Beam.
It was a tasting and two tasting. Yeah.
One at Heaven Hill.
That was it.
Yeah, just the 2. So we did 2, which is kind of, for me, that's about the norm when I do these trips. I try not to overload them with tours.
We did a tasting at Buffalo Trace too.
Yes, we did a tasting at Buffalo Trace. So you're right. We did do an extra one there. So, but good time with those. Let me go through. I will read them to you. I wasn't necessarily going to read them, but I think it's important, you guys, because you may have questions about them. Happy to answer questions about where we went. So we went to Buffalo Trace, Woodford Reserve, Castle and Key, and Wild Turkey. We did that one day. And then the next day we did Heaven Hill, Lux Row, Bardstown, Heaven Hill again for our tour, and then Willett, where we had dinner. And then on the one other day we did Jim Beam by itself. That was the day we went to Bourbon and Beyond. So we did that one day as well. So really cool distilleries. All of those are kind of the big name brand ones. I would say Castle and Key is kind of the smallest of those, but the rest of them are all the big boys. Which was your favorite? Which distillery was your guys' favorite?
Mine was Castle and Key, but again, because I'm not a huge fan of bourbon, but the ground there was so pretty. I think it was the pretty one that we went throughout all the other ones.
Zach, how about you? What was your favorite?
Probably Buffalo Trace. I feel like, I don't know.
It's so pretty. There's nothing. I mean, it's so pretty.
We saw the most at Jim Beam by far, like the most of the whole process and everything, and all the. And then, but Buffalo Trace is probably the more products that I like to drink in general.
And that's a reason to go and
when we did the tasting, it was very much like I liked those products that we were tasting. And then Heaven Hill was fun too. I don't know.
They were all good, weren't they?
Yeah.
Bardstown's food was, I don't know how the one restaurant that you guys went to, but at Jim Beam, but Bardstown's food was really good.
It was good.
I liked their food.
Yeah, I thought the food was excellent.
Yeah.
Deanna, how about you? What was your favorite?
Well, and thinking about that, I like Jim Beam, just because it was beautiful. We got to go twice just because we went back to the kitchen. Wild Turkey was gorgeous the way they have that set up, so you can look out over a valley, and I love that. Castle and Key has always been a favorite of mine just because it's so beautiful, but I liked Lux Row, and it's not necessarily.
You know exactly why we're going to Lux Row.
It was an amazing drink, guys.
It was an amazing drink.
It really was.
It was so good. And
you need to reproduce that.
I know. I'm going to make that drink here. The bartender was great enough to give me the recipe. But so I really, that is for Lux Row would definitely be one of mine. And the meal at Willett was amazing. all of them were great. They really were, but I like all of them for a different reason.
Yeah, I think you're right with Lux Row. And the Lux Row just had a cool. Their bar where we had
It was very cool.
really cool as well. Yeah. You know, I would tell you that I really enjoyed all of them, but I think it's easy to say, hey, you went to the first one you went to was your favorite, but really Jim Beam, I really appreciated the Jim Beam, the whole kind of family atmosphere almost that it promoted. Like, hey, look, Booker Beam sat right up on his porch and he looked over and watched out, and the story of how he observed the folks coming out of warehouse F stumbling out at 9 o'clock in the morning, and went and figured out which barrels they were sucking on, and figured out, hey, it was on the third floor. And look, that's the best bourbon in the place, And so I thought it was really cool, but I think that the grounds were so nice. It was such a great facility. And I would tell you that we've always heard the stories about how the location in the Rick House will determine the quality of the bourbon or the taste of the bourbon. And that tasting just was lights out. If you get to do that tasting, and we just signed up for it that morning. Yeah. And got lucky enough to go on it. But they had 3 barrels, identical barrels. They were bottled the same time, had the exact same mash bill. One was on the bottom row of the warehouse or bottom Rick. The next one was like on the fourth floor. And the other one was a higher floor, seventh floor, right? So the top floor. And the difference in the taste of those bourbons,
even though they're the exact same age, exactly the same. Yeah. The proof was different because they have different proof points in that. But it was good.
But it was amazing, and again, that middle floor was awful darn good. Yeah. It was the best of the lot.
That Jim Beam tour was my favorite as well. Yeah. And by the way, I also liked, as you're going to see here in a second, we're going to go through the bottles we got, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah. But we'll go through these bottles. The bottles we got, I bought more at Jim Beam than anywhere else by a long shot.
Oh, yeah.
I really loaded up at Jim Beam. One, I like their stuff, but they just had more stuff that was hard to find stuff out that was at a reasonable price. So that was fun. It was actually really cool. Yeah, Steph, what was your favorite distillery?
My favorite restaurant is Willet by far.
Okay.
I've loved that one for years. My favorite bar area is probably Wild Turkey for just sitting and having a drink. As far as Buffalo Trace and Beam probably have the most. We've always had the most product, or even Heaven Hill, being able to get the most stuff. And the gift shops are larger. Large gift shops, lots of clothes, lots of bourbon, lots of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, they were all good. They're really, really good.
Steve, you would think that Heaven Hill would have been our favorite, seeing as how we were
there twice
all day.
We were there.
Well, we were there from 5 in the morning.
So we did. That was the one. So Heaven Hill, Tom and I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go stand in a line, and I never do that crap. But we stood in line from 5 o'clock in the morning till it opened at 9:30 to get a bottle. And Steph, you want to see if you can? Oh, you've got the dog in your arms now. Here, I'll see if I can show you the bottle. So so we got a bottle of
Old
Beam's got a lot of flavor. They've got just a lot of stuff, Jenny. But this is Old Fitzgerald 9-year was what they released that morning. So we stood in line all darn night, basically 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was fun. And then we went back later in the day and did a bottle your own thing, which we'll show you here in a second. Yeah. So we did one. We all did different things. Each of us did something there, which is going to be cool. So you guys can talk about what you did. Yeah. I don't, because their stuff is at their house, but I've got the stuff I've got, and also Zach talked.
You'll have one of them. I mean, we each got.
Somebody bought something at Buffalo Trace, though, right? Because I didn't buy anything at Buffalo Trace, so I don't have any Buffalo Trace product.
I got Taylor.
Yeah, I got the Weller Reserve and the.
Well, yeah, all those, William. Those are all excellent ones, and I'm telling you what, they had them all out. I cannot tell you how cool it was. They had Bookers, they had Little Book, they had all the Knob Creeks, all the way up to 18-year were on the shelf. And then they have a bunch of stuff I'm going to show you that we bought. So, I mean, it was nuts, the stuff they had out. Of all of them, that was the coolest thing to me, but I'm kind of a goofball when it comes to stuff like that. So let's go through them. What I'm going to do, guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to show them. We'll kind of hold them up, show them, talk about them just for a second. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think there's like 18 bottles over here. And we spend way too much time talking about bottles, and you guys are not that interested.
Here, I'll bring them out. We'll
talk. If you want, you can actually go in front, Tom, as I'm talking about them, and then we'll just talk about them each. Maybe that's a good, clear way to do that.
Which one are we going to do first?
Yeah. Think about that, William, back in the day when we were probably much younger, how much we thought of Jack and Jim as low, just not good bourbon, basically, or not good whiskey because Jack is whiskey. But, man, have they changed. They've just changed. You just grab any of them. Doesn't matter.
Want to start with Beam?
So let's do all the Beam ones first. So that's a Beam.
I think that may have been all you got from Beam.
This is a Beam.
Oh yeah.
So I got 3 different ones from Beam, and
that line up pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing great. So there's a little screen on there, Tom, that you can even see what I'm showing.
I think I can see what I'm
Yeah. Well, there you go. So Old Granddad 7's brand new from Beam. They just came out with it. We really like the Old Granddad 16. So Zach and I think that's one of the best. Actually, Tom as well. Yep. We think that's one of the best products that we have in the bar. Now, it gets a lot of hate. I don't understand why, but man, people hate on that. And William, 56, exactly. You know what, William, we are the exact same age. So I am 56 as well. Thank you for saying I look younger, though. I appreciate that. But
leave it in the box. Do not take it out of the box.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it out of the box. I know what.
Do not take it out of the box.
There's a funny story about the boxes. But this is the lineage, and this is the highest end product from Beam. So there you go. He opened it up for you, William. So it's called Lineage. It's a high end product. Comes out once a year. It's a wonderful product. It is by, I think, the best thing they make. It's a 15-year-old bourbon, so it's similar to. It's not as high a proof, but it's very similar to Russell's 15, which is Wild Turkey's kind of flagship. So this thing is excellent.
Still 111 proof, though.
111, yeah. So it's pretty close, actually. I think Wild Turkey 15 is I think it's 114.
Whose signature is that?
I'd have to look. I don't know. It is fabulous, though.
Right.
Yeah, local specs. Geronimo, I have not opened up that Old Granddad 7 yet. I'm excited to do it. The 16 we have on the bar, we've had that for a year or so because that came out last year. That 16 is special. It's really special. Now, is it worth $200? I don't know, but it's super good. And the hate it gets is just bizarre to me.
You want to show your
the 7 is pretty reasonably priced. Oh, good, Geronimo. I think it's worth $149. If that price is down to $149, I think I'd buy it. It is good. All right, so where are we going next?
That you did on your...
Yeah, so we'll bring the Michters up, which I guess we got a bunch of that as well.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about each of these as we show you the Michters.
Your regular Michters.
So the regular Michters, it actually came with the next bottle he's going to show. So he'll show you that next bottle. It came with a Shanks. So they actually had a Shanks and a Michter's combo pack. I bought the combo pack. So in order to get the Shanks, you had to buy the Michters. So that was the first one. And then the second one is this one. And that's a Bombergers. So Shanks and Bombergers are kind of high-end products from Michter's. A little bit extra age on them than a typical product. They're very tasty. Very, very tasty. Yeah, they're very good. And then the last one is, and this one, be careful with it, will flip out of there. It's not in there very good.
Yeah.
Don't open it.
Yeah, you could, it's fine. Just don't tilt it forward. This one is a barrel your own. So again, this is part of the video. If you go watch the Michter's videos I have up. Geronimo, so this Michter's one is actually, see my name on the bottom. It's it is so good. Steph and I went upstairs and tried that versus the Michter's 10, which is like $300 for Michter's 10. This is like 140, I think is what it was. And you bottle it yourself. So you actually bottle it out of the barrel and it comes out barrel proof. It was special. It is really good. I think it's every bit as good as Michter's 10 and maybe better. It's got more flavor for it. So, and then Wild Turkey, we only bought a Wild Turkey 8. So they had that out there at the distillery. They didn't have anything else that time. I did pick up no, it was a different one. That's the one in the gold behind it. the gold one behind it. Steph is the one you bought. But I did pick up a Wild Turkey Masters Collection beacon. I found one of those at a liquor store, so I bought one of those, but not down there. I bought that up here in Fort Wayne. All right.
This is Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig, or this is Heaven Hill. So these are all Heaven Hills. So the Elijah Craig, this is the Ryder Cup. This is getting a lot of. I have not opened it yet, so I cannot give you my endorsement of it. We will do that on a video coming up soon. But that is it's finished with maple staves, so things that have been in a maple and apple wood, I think it is. And I've been told it has a really interesting
sugar
cool
maple
flavor.
and applewood steak.
It is not good on ice.
I did get the box with mine. Isn't that cool? It was so cool to get that. And then we did 2 bottle your owns at Heaven Hill. So Steph and I did these bottle your owns, which was one is a rye barrel proof and the other one's just a regular barrel proof. I think they're both 9-year bourbons, if I remember right, that were coming out that day. I love Elijah Craig barrel proofs. So these are our own, and they have our name on them, and obviously it was fun to barrel. Yeah, you guys.
We bottled our own, and we bottled Larceny.
They did Larceny
Because
did you both do a Larceny?
Yeah, we both did Larceny.
Because we liked the Larceny we did better than these were hot. To me, these were hot.
They were
they were like.
If you put them on little ice, I think it would, or water for you, which is what you like to do with yours. I think it would have been great.
Yeah.
But I think Larceny was a great choice. What'd you guys do there? You bottled one too.
I got a rye.
A rye one. So the barrel proof for Elijah Craig rye.
And you got the rye one because that was a unique one, right? That's when
Yeah.
that was the special bourbon of the day, right? So
Because
They just came
I've
out.
tasted Larceny before, and I like Larceny,
really?
and I like Elijah Craig, and then the rye one was like a special that they had.
Yeah.
That was not.
all right, Steve, what else did you get here special?
So that's a Bardstown product. So when we went to Bardstown, we actually went to Bardstown twice. Once in Louisville and then once at Bardstown. This one we got in Louisville. So they had the Discovery Series 13 out. If you look at read to them on the side, Tom, if you can, that's the different mix of different bourbons that are in there.
45% 9-year, 22% 9-year, 20% 16-year, and 13% 8-year.
So hopefully you guys could hear that, but it's got some very old bourbon in it. And again, Bardstown hadn't been around long enough for that stuff. So that's sourced bourbon from somewhere. The rumor is it's Buffalo Trace Wild Turkey juice that's in there.
Yeah, they're all rye
and buff turkey stuff.
More of a
Yeah.
rye,
So
more of a rye mix on this origin.
I got a chance to taste it. It is excellent. Open this one. We will do a review on this one as well. And then we've just got a couple other things that are here. These we got liquor stores. So these happen to be a couple of stores we stopped at on the trip. One is from Old Louisville. That's the K. Is their attempt to compete with Blanton's. So you can actually buy, it spells Kentucky. I have the first of the K's, and you can buy them. They each have a letter to them. You're supposed to collect them all, and then you get something if you collect them all. I again tasted it. It was pretty tasty. So I think it's an 8-year bourbon.
Sorry, Steve. I think you have the second.
The
K.
second K, I do not have the first K. They had
So-
they had all of the letters there, which was funny because I could have bought the whole thing right then. I'm like, this kind of defeats the purpose. But whatever. And then I found at one liquor store, I found a Old Forester. It's a single barrel Old Forester, but it's proof down to 100 proof. And I've got one other one of these. I really like it, so I bought this. It was only like $80. And then there's one other thing, which is a Old Fitzgerald 7-year right here. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's the last thing we got. So an Old Fitzgerald 7-year, which I have one other of these on the bar. It's almost gone. Everybody that comes here loves that. So if you have not tried it yet, it is good. It's supposed to eventually be a shelfer, as the same as that Old Granddad 7-year. Those are both supposed to be shelfers within a year, meaning you'll be able to go into most liquor stores anywhere in the country and buy them without it being allocated. So we got that one because my other one's almost out. So and it was nice. They had it at quite a few places down in Louisville and in Bardstown. So that was not super hard to find. It wasn't everywhere, but it wasn't super hard to find. So and that was $60 or $70. So anyhow, that's our bottle collection. It was very cool. Any questions about any of them? Happy to sit and talk about the bottles a little bit longer if you guys want to. We are a bourbon channel, so happy to spend some time with you on any of those if you're curious about any of them. Thanks for doing that, Tom. That was
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
I think the one bottle we got at Willett that we hadn't seen before was the Speakeasy bottle,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
right? And there's I have a picture of it on my phone, but I know we bought the Speakeasy there because I hadn't seen it before, so I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I think they had Willett green labels available.
They did. They had Willett green labels, and then E.H. Taylor small batch, and then they had a couple of other things. And then they actually, for tasting that particular day, they had Weller 12 year. Up in
No, you switched.
I took the Buffalo Trace. Where were you on? Which one?
I was at Willett.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You switched over to Buffalo Trace. Yeah, you went
So
Weller.
which-
I was talking.
Which
Willett.
one you got? A green labeled?
No, I didn't get. They had green label Willett.
Oh, the green top.
Green top.
Rise.
Green top.
Yeah.
At Willett. So.
They didn't have most of that stuff you could find around.
Yeah,
there.
and that's why I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, but the Speakeasy, I'd never seen it, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like I'd never seen it here.
Yeah.
In Fort Wayne, so I thought I'm gonna go grab that one.
Yeah.
And I think I got a Bardstown, I got a Heaven Hill bottle and bond.
Yeah.
But that was one thing I got different from you, and then I just picked up a couple things at Jim Beam, like smaller ones. I will tell you that's one of my favorite bourbons, and I saw it. It was. I think we can find a lot of places, but Jim Beam Double Oaked. If you guys want to make yourself a knockout old fashioned,
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam Double Oaked.
I don't think I've had that down.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's
I want to try.
it's a great old fashioned, and
Jim Beam.
there's a bar we have we go to the Villages a lot. I mean, I'm getting to that age, and Anna's mom and dad are in the Villages, but we go to the Villages of Florida, and there's a bar down there, the Chop House, and they make a grown old fashioned, and that old fashioned is always made with Jim Beam Double Oak,
Awesome.
and it is. Hey, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I go to. So.
It's
Geronimo, if you're still with us, I'm going to go try that Titan, Screaming Titan. That sounds excellent. So I'm going to come back. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'll be back in a second. You guys keep talking.
Yeah.
Where are we at? We are down to which bottles? Liquor stores. Talked about that. We went to a couple, not very many.
Well, they have a couple really cool liquor stores right there in Bardstown too.
They did. Yeah,
Right on-
Evergreen. They had that Evergreen.
Yeah,
one.
right. Evergreen. They had Evergreen right just north of downtown. I mean, well, just north of the traffic circle. That was really cool. We did go to the Volstead. We had an old fashioned there. Our first night. They have 600-700 bottles of bourbon in there.
Oh wow.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot of bourbon. And then we also went to the Talbot Tavern, and oldest bourbon bar in the world, and had a old fashioned there. So that was probably our least favorite old fashioned of the trip.
It really
But
was.
I think it was because we went out on a limb and tried a different, unique type flavor. Mine was like a spiced old fashioned, and I decided at that point I don't need to drink spiced old fashioned. But I mean, I don't think it's any reflection on the tavern. It was just
What we
I chose to go off the reservation, and it didn't play well for me. So yeah. So
Mabel.
All right, I can't find it, guys. So
you can't find the bourbon?
Give it up.
Yeah, and so
Is it over here in the weeded stuff that you have on the
Oh,
side?
it is. Oh my God! Good job, Zach.
yeah,
I'm gonna have the old fits in a second.
yeah. But the Evergreen,
Which one? 70.
the Evergreen bar, or not bar, but the Evergreen liquor store right downtown was really nice. Right downtown Bardstown. So they had a lot of really good stuff that just sitting on the shelves that we just can't get here. So
The Devil's Tower. I have that one up there too. I do have that one. I haven't opened that one. So this one, we must drink one because of the Screaming Titan, because this one was not open. So either we drink it or. For those of you that have not been on this much with us on our lives, we are about to start. In fact, I think I'm going to get it going this week. We're going to film these, but we're doing a weeded challenge. So you can look at, there's a previous live where we talked about this. 16 different weeded bourbons. We're going to have compete head to head all the way down to the champion. And we've got everything from, this is in there. So this Redwood Empire, Screaming Titan. Nope, I got to hold it up there because this camera's way out there.
Yeah.
But all the way to a Pappy. So Pappy tenure is going to be in there. So we've got all kinds of stuff in there. I think these Redwood Empires are all good. Geronimo and William, they're all so good.
no, honey, it won't be all in one night.
Yeah, we're not doing it all in one night.
I'm like,
It's a great
it's not all in one night.
That sounds like a blast.
Well, we'd have to
Sounds like a
start in the
mess.
morning. But again, if you can't see you drink all day, if you didn't start in the morning. So
Exactly right, Tom.
that'd be a hard weekend.
Exactly right.
That would be like
Wow.
Saturday and Sunday of Thanksgiving or something.
So Geronimo, I heavy poured myself too, but I'm with you now. And I know I just saw you use Knob Creek 12. Knob Creek 12 is outstanding for the money. Probably the best aged bourbon out there. I mean, Knob Creek 12 is unfreaking believable. So Pappy is going to lose. Yeah. You know what, William? I'll bet I said the same thing. I don't think it'll lose in the first round. It's going against a Green River weeded in the first round. I think it'll beat the Green River weighted, but I wouldn't surprise me if it loses to that one. But I think so too. Pappies are just overrated. Now, they're good. I don't want to make them seem like they're terrible, but they just are for how hard you have to hunt them and what you have to pay for them. I just don't. I'm not a lover of the Pappy world. So yeah, that's the Pappy. He's showing Marcelo what a Pappy looks like. I would take the green over with him. I think I would too in a normal day, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. So how we're going to do it, because maybe you want to be in at least one of these, Deanna.
Oh, yeah.
Is what we're doing is we're starting like almost in quarterly brackets. So we have 4 at a time, like a regional bracket.
Okay.
So it'll be like a regional bracket, and we'll do 4 at a time. So you'll do these 2 head to head against each other, and then another 2 head to head. That's it for that video.
Okay.
So it'll really be 4 bourbons that'll be drank in each video.
I can do that.
The first 16 will be 4 separate bourbon, 4 separate videos.
Okay.
Then you'll be down to the final 8, and then it'll be a couple videos there, and then ultimately we're going to do the last one live. So the last one will be a live event where we do.
You should have done this. You should have done this during March Madness.
I know, and we may do a different version than the weeded one during March Madness. So that's what we're thinking. But the weeded is October. Wheat.
Oh, yeah.
So we're thinking harvest season. That's where our head's going. Is that sort of came up with this crazy concept. But, I love the Redwood Empire Pipe Dream. I think the Pipe Dream is so underrated that it is excellent one, Geronimo. So I think we're all in agreement that they make some great stuff. Redwood Empire does. All right. Awesome. So anything else, guys, from the trip you want to talk about? Anything else you think is cool?
We did not talk about the food.
Let's get into food. I love it. Let's go into food.
Besides bourbon, we got to get into the food because we ate at least 6 amazing places. Mm-hmm. But the one place that only Tom and I went to was the kitchen table at Jim Beam. And it was so good. The drinks were good. The food was good. The service was outstanding. Yeah. And you've talked about how hard it is to get into the kitchen. Well, they had been closed earlier. We were there. And Tom and I went somewhere else, and we came back to see, well, maybe they opened, and they did. And there was no wait. Yeah. And we were able to walk right in, and it was so worth it. We got the chicken wings. You got
some kind of pork.
Oh, you got the pork sliders.
Yep, I got.
And then we split the pork empanadas, and that was
lights out.
So good.
And that's at Beam. She may have said that, but that's at Beam is the kitchen table. It is renowned. People know it. People talk about it that are Bourbon Trail snobs. We're not snobs at the Bourbon Trail yet, but we like it. And it's one everybody loves that one.
Yeah, it is good. Well, and also I think the nice surprise was the stave. The stave.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That was a huge. We didn't have a reservation there. We drove by it, and we're talking like screened-in porch around, stairs that could collapse if you climb too much on it.
Old building.
And it is on a back country road in Kentucky, and it's in between Castle and Key and Woodford. And we drove by it, and we're like, hey, somewhere like that probably has really good food. Well, by the time we got back to it, there were tour buses stopping there. And we ended up having to wait an hour and a half, and it was well worth it.
Yeah, because we put our name in.
And went to Castle and Key.
They said it was over an hour wait, so we went to Castle and Key and had a cocktail there because we're on the Bourbon Trail, and then we came back. So, but yeah, that was great food as well. Willet, obviously.
Willet was amazing little small plates.
Yeah, that was awesome. The food we had at the trail was good too.
Yeah. I mean, really everything, even lime water that we went to. We were all full, but we still ate, and the food was so good.
It was. Yeah, Lime Waters in Frankfurt. So we kind of ate our way through the Bourbon Trail, and it was really, really good food.
It was worth it. So
it was fun.
Yeah, and like Zach said, the meal we had at Bardstown was really good. The Bardstown Distillery. That was really good food too.
Oh, it was real good. Everywhere was. I don't know why I gained weight.
Right. We all came back heavier.
Yeah.
Again, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's important for us. Comment. We'd love to hear from you. What do you love us to talk about? What do you want us to talk about? What more do you want to see in these lives? I mean, we're talking Bourbon Trail this time, but we're ready to talk about anything in future ones. Mission is to get to these maybe once every 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll ever get weekly. Never say never, but right now it's once every 2 weeks or so. We'll get into a habit of doing these lives, and then obviously I'm posting videos. It seems like 2 or 3 every week we post a video. So you guys are having a whole conversation about pours. Awesome. Geronimo, you know how many times I've found exactly that. You open a bottle. So they're talking about opening a bottle and then not, letting it sit for a while before you drink. And I don't know how many times I've opened one, take that first drink out of it and gone, I don't know, go back to it a couple days later and be like, oh my God, it's totally different. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So I do agree with you. And he's talking about an infinity bottle right now, which I do not have one of those started. I need to start one of those eventually. But those I think would be fun to just, God knows what flavors you'd get mixed together in that damn thing. But
What's an infinity bottle?
so an infinity bottle is where you take basically the bottom, the last little bit of every bottle before you finish the bottle off, if you will, and you dump it into a decanter, and then
Okay.
you make your own basically mix. of
Okay.
bourbon. So it just keeps growing and growing and growing. It never goes empty because you're always emptying some other bottle and pouring the last little bit in there.
We used to call those hairy buffaloes.
That's right. And they didn't end well.
Yeah.
No, they did not.
They ended
Wait
poorly.
a second. But I think this is under control. This would be like a regular pour out of that, not drink the whole thing of hairy buffalo.
That's
right?
exactly
All
right.
right.
You're just doing small pours out of it. Well, guys, I had a great trip. It was an amazing trip for me. Zach, Marcella, what do you think? Was it an amazing trip?
Yes.
All right.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Do you like all the tastings, Marcella?
Not really.
Again, if you have not seen the video in that Jim Beam video, it is absolutely worth watching. And she's in there, and you should see her. She's again new in her bourbon journey, but she was a trooper.
Her journey ended.
It started and ended.
Started and it is the same day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tom, Deanna, what did you guys think? It was an amazing trip.
Absolutely.
Amazing
Can't wait to
trip.
do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We'll do it again. I mean, we seem to go down every 3-4 months. So, this one's a hard one for me, but if you had to pick one thing that was the favorite thing out of it, like this was my favorite of all the things, probably Benson Boone as well.
Yes.
But what was your favorite thing? I'll start on this side. Steph, what was your favorite thing out of the entire trip? Just the thing. This was the best part to me.
Well, at dinner.
Okay. Well, at dinner. All right. Tom, what was your favorite thing?
Well, I think I'll go back to the tasting at Jim Beam. I think it was the favorite thing, and all the stuff you've always heard and always read.
Yeah.
Anything you've done at a distillery, how they talked about it, they proved it. And they proved it. That this is how.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't rotate barrels, and this is what we're going to get off the bottom and middle and top. And it was a great way to start. I think it was a great way to start the trip, just to go and see a great thing like that. So,
Deanna, how about you?
The bottling.
Yeah.
That
was cool.
the bottling only because he wasn't going to do it. I did it. I got so excited about it that I made him go back and do the bottling because it was so cool. I know.
We'll get 2 bottles.
I really, that was just different and fun.
Yeah.
It was. You
Me?
can say Benson Boone.
Benson Boone.
Sure. Thanks, Geronimo, for going to watch that one.
Just to be different, because mine is probably the Jim Beam tasting, but the the Buffalo Trace tasting.
Yes,
which
it was
is what I
fun.
said earlier.
And they
It
said
was
earlier we
just-
got to taste that 12-year Weller, which is a
I like that one, like the gift shop the most. Out of
Yeah, the
all.
gift shop's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
gift
huge,
shop's great.
huge, and so
So-
much there. I would say, guys, and this is going to sound a little corny, but my favorite thing was the people. I just enjoyed the time. We just had a great time together. You know, I enjoyed the nights that we sat around and a fire pit and smoked a cigar. I enjoyed the night that we sat at the bar watching the Purdue game out by the pool. I just enjoyed the time. Even the time in the car, we were just running around talking. It was a fun.
You actually enjoyed the time in the car?
Yeah.
about heckling
they were really mean to me for the record in the car.
We weren't mean. You just didn't know where you were going.
I'll tell you what, I gotta believe you're right. Steph's Acadia. It has a mind. I work for GM. Let me bring that up. I work for GM. But that Acadia had a setting. You must have put on the setting craziest way to get from point A to point B because we were out in the middle of nowhere.
There must have been a setting. William is an IU fan. It said he may need to rethink the entire channel.
Wait, you should have looked. I mean, the hat's been there the whole time.
So that's fun. We are not necessarily Purdue people. We have a Ball Stater down in the end. A couple Ball Staters down in the end.
I do not claim
chirping down there. Steph's an Iowa Hawkeye. I went to a small school in southern Minnesota called Southwest State University. So you're both Purdue Boilermakers.
Well, and I also have a degree from IU and a degree from Ball State.
There you go. You got them all covered.
I got them all. All I need is ISU, and I've got all the state schools in Indiana.
There you go.
That's awesome. I assume I know the answer to this one, but will you do it again, Steph?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do it again.
Are we leaving like next week?
Yeah. That's great. You guys do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Good. All right. Awesome.
We might make you the driver next time.
I won't be able to drive.
I would do it.
Anything you would do different? Zach will go to the other side. Anything you'd do different if we did it again next time? Either more tours or less of this, more in this area. Anything you'd do different?
I mean, a different tour. I don't know if I'd do more tours. Like, I don't think.
Just pick a different.
Buffalo Trace would be a cool one to do.
Yeah, I think so too. I'd love to do their hard hat tour. I've heard it's unbelievable.
But like, I don't think more is definitely the answer to that. Just different each time you go. Don't do the same. I would want to do one time he mentioned during the barrel tasting doing a higher end barrel, maybe seeing what that is like. Doing like one of their higher, but I don't know if I'd choose Jim Beam.
Yeah, I'd go to a different one too.
I would choose Buffalo Trace or Heaven Hill.
There are a couple. So there were a couple that you could do that. You could do higher end tasting things. So Michter said that.
But do any of them have them out of the barrel?
Not out of the barrel. No, they're just the higher end bottles.
Okay. Because I would want to do the.
I think that might be harder than you think to do. Because they're not going to be, you'd have to have volume of people, but that'd be fun. We'll see. Let's see if we can find it. That sounds awesome. Anything you would do different? Not drink the alcohol, probably not drink the bourbon.
Yeah, and I would go to the spa. I didn't know they had that. That sounds amazing. Do some red light therapy.
Thanks, Geronimo. We're wrapping up here in a minute or two, too, guys. So we're just about done. Anything you'd do different?
More time at the hotel.
Yeah. I think so too. That's a great one. Tom?
Yeah, I'm good.
Steph, anything different? We've done the same type of trip a number of times, so we kind of honed it in the way we've done it.
Yeah.
No one said different driver.
No, different driver? That's shocking.
None of us want to drive.
So, again, guys, like and subscribe. If you have not done so already, please like and subscribe. Again, that's what grows this channel. William's talking about distilleries now have gin and vodka and flavored spirits. If you're not a bourbon drinker, they do. So, in fact, Castle and Key has gin and vodka both. There.
Yeah.
It would have been fun to have tried some of those in their drinks. You should have done that.
We can go back.
When we go back,
See, there we go.
Yeah, we've done some
good job, William. That's a wonderful suggestion for
in vodka. We've done gin and vodka there.
All right, guys. I apologize for that. Kenny, I think you're the only one still there, and I appreciate you being here. I had to do it on the I couldn't get the camera to work again, so I have something with this camera that is just driving crazy. I'll eventually figure it out, but came back just on the MacBook Pro. So, guys, it was fun. So thanks for joining. Kenny, probably the only one still here, but I had a wonderful time tonight. We're going to wrap it up for the night. We'll do it again a couple weeks probably, Kenny. So be on the lookout. I'll announce it again just like last time. Really appreciate you being on as often as you've been on. You've been awesome. I'd love to find a way to get together with you someday. So thanks so much. Oh, Geronimo's here too. I got 2 here. Thank you, Geronimo. I'm glad you're here. So again, guys, thank you so much. I'm so thankful you joined us and had a lot of fun. We'll do it again in another couple of weeks. We'll make sure we announce it on the channel again before we do it, so you'll have plenty of notice. Looking forward to talking to you guys again. Keep following along on the videos. We are enjoying making those, and cheers to you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great week this coming up, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Oh, Kansas City just threw 3 touchdowns.